Please, don't take it.
The metal heater sparked, and the lights flickered. I froze, thinking the whole apartment was about to burn. But what shocked me more wasn't the spark. It was the little boy standing behind me, barefoot, trembling, and whispering, "Please don't take our food. My name is Evelyn Hart, and I'm from Portland, Oregon. Today, I'm sharing the true winter night that changed my life. A night that reminded me that kindness can appear when you least expect it." The winter winds roared outside that old, crumbling apartment building, slipping through every crack as if searching for any remaining warmth. The entire place felt frozen, forgotten, like a home swallowed by years of struggle. Inside a dimly lit kitchen, a small boy stood barefoot on the icy floor. His name was Micah, and he held a tiny wicker basket to his chest as if it were treasure. His face was streaked with dirt, his eyes swollen from crying, and his lips trembled, not only from cold, but from fear. Across from him stood a man who clearly did not belong in a place like this. Carter Hale, a polished, successful CEO, a father trying to rebuild his life after losing his wife. Even with all his wealth, he looked more lost than the child standing in front of him.
Uncle,
and when
please,
Micah whispered, "Please don't take our food. My mom is very sick," Carter's world shifted. Behind Micah, on an old sunken sofa, lay his mother Grace, wrapped in a thin blanket, shivering despite all the layers. Her breaths were shallow, fragile, the kind of breathing that breaks your heart just listening. The apartment smelled faintly of mold, damp wood, and burnt scraps from the makeshift heater they had built from broken metal parts. It was a home filled with the heavy silence of suffering. The kind people endure quietly because no one is listening. Carter hadn't come to take anything. He wasn't a landlord. He wasn't an officer. He was simply a man searching for a sign, a reminder, a piece of humanity he had lost after his wife Nora passed away 2 years earlier. His daughter Lily had recently asked him a question he couldn't answer. Why do some families have everything and others have nothing? That question haunted him. So that night, he drove through his old childhood neighborhood. When he saw the building with the flickering porch light, something inside him told him to stop. Maybe fate, maybe guilt, maybe destiny. Micah, desperate to protect his mother, showed Carter their pantry with a shaky kind of pride. 2 small loaves of bread, some old crackers, a jar of soup stretched across 3 days, and nothing else. Carter wasn't judging them. He was shocked, but his silence, the way he examined the food, made Micah panic. Every adult who had ever entered their home had left them with less, so Micah assumed the worst.
Uncle,
Please don't take it. Please. And something inside Carter broke open. Carter knelt in front of the boy, placed a gentle hand on his shoulder, and whispered, "I'm not here to take anything from you. I'm here to help you." Micah didn't believe him. Help was a word that had betrayed them too many times. But then, Carter walked outside. A few minutes later, he returned carrying 3 large grocery bags filled with fresh vegetables, warm bread, fruits, homemade-style soup, medicine, and hot food that still smelled like comfort. Micah's eyes widened. He didn't blink. He was afraid the food might disappear. Carter spent the next hour repairing their broken heater, using tools from his car. Sparks flew, metal clanked, and the lights flickered, but slowly warmth filled the room. He cleaned the kitchen. He boiled water. He helped Grace sit up and take her medicine. Grace tried to protest, too embarrassed to accept help, but her body was too weak to refuse the kindness she desperately needed. Micah watched everything silently, his eyes glowing with something he hadn't felt in months: hope. As Carter watched Micah eat his first full meal in days, something inside him shifted. A place inside him, broken since Nora's death, finally began to heal. Micah finally whispered, Why are you doing this for us?" Carter smiled sadly. "Because life gives us chances to do the right thing. This time, I won't ignore it." Before leaving, Carter made a promise. He would return tomorrow with a doctor. He would bring warm clothes for Micah. He would fix the heating system properly. And he would deliver groceries every week. When Micah hugged him, it wasn't just a hug. It was the kind of hug a child gives when he finally feels safe. For the first time in years, Carter cried, not from grief, but from gratitude. He walked out into the cold night feeling lighter than he had in years, because he hadn't just left groceries behind. He had left behind hope, healing, a new beginning for 2 families who desperately needed each other. True kindness isn't measured by money, but by the courage to help someone when the world stops helping them. A small act of compassion can rebuild a life, and sometimes rebuild your own. If this story touched your heart even for a moment, please like, comment, and subscribe to Moralist, where we share real stories that prove that kindness still exists in this world.